Hey, welcome to 50 Shades of Maintenance. We finally are making another show. Mardi Gras kind of threw me for a loop, and I've been worn out ever since. But we just made the February by the skin of our teeth. So welcome back to 50 Shades. I'm Tanya O'Rourke. We have Kirk Hunt and Phil Olson, and I'm gonna let Phil get us started because I've been having a weird night, and so I'm like all frazzled right now. I
I
like to have my shit together.
I think we broke Tanya in Mardi Gras, Kirk. I'm just kidding because he has not been in the same state. We were both
I
there at the
haven't
same
been quite the
time.
same. I
Not the
know.
same. It's been
Well,
too
I have
long
my
since I talked to you guys too. That's not been good. I mean, it's like normally I'll chat with Kirk or Tanya like in a IM or something, and it's been probably almost since we were in Mardi Gras that we've actually even had a chance to do that. So it's pretty
yeah.
crazy. So
Well, I had Lacey come in the week after for like the Mardi Gras weekend, and then after that, you know how you have like the post meet and greet blues for about a week where you're like,
Yeah.
I miss everybody. I wish we could all live together. How can I figure this out? And then for really. And so it's been what is that like another week or two since then. So I'm
Yeah.
just feeling like I'm getting back into my groove again. And then I hurt my back, and it's just been like one thing after another. So
Well, you look gorgeous.
thank you. Look, I
I
have
love.
my Italia shirt on.
Yeah, it's like
Getting ready
ah,
for
the red shirt, the red
because
lips.
we're coming up on Saint Patrick's and Saint Joseph Day, so we have the whole, like I said, like a second Mardi Gras. So I'm gearing up for that now.
the one town that does not need a second Mardi Gras has a second Mardi Gras. That's kind
It's
of fun.
fantastic. I even parade on Bourbon Street. It's even better than Mardi Gras.
Wow. You just roll out of the bar, see the parade, and roll back in.
Last year I got to dance on top. One of my friends, he drives like one of the little buggies, and that he's crazy, and he has the music blaring out of it. And when he saw me, and he's like, "Come on, Tanya!" We were on top of the buggy, dancing on top of the little like dune buggy thing. So it's super fun, super fun.
Clearly.
All
So,
right.
Mr. Kirk, what have you been up to, sir? Just we'll kind of give a
Oh,
little recap of what we've been doing since Mardi Gras, and then we'll talk about a couple things we threw up in the 50SM Facebook page, and then we'll figure out what we're going to talk about.
well, I think the weekend after Mardi Gras or after our time at our pre-Mardi Gras thing, I think I had a weekend to sort of regroup. But then the next weekend, or maybe it was just the following weekend, I can't remember. I had a birthday trip, not for myself, but for my friend's daughters, to Napa, California, Northern California, just north of San Francisco. And that was like a wine tour trip weekend.
Wait,
Um,
wine and Napa? Certainly not.
yeah, so it was like another one of those great vacations where it was just us friends. Our first night we did stay in San Francisco in hotels, but then the rest of the time we did another one of those like VBRO Airbnb things where we rented this house out in wine country, and it was like 10 of us. And
Sounds like fun.
oh my God, it was just so much fun, so great. And like the wine tasting was amazing. But like the best part of it, of course, was like the Saturday night where we planned a family dinner. We had done a Costco run on the way there, so we had these gigantic king crab legs to eat and steaks and and clams and just it was just us. And then we had opened up several bottles of wine that we had purchased like over that day and maybe like the day before. So just
Yeah,
the different wines with the seafood and the steak.
nice.
It just was so nice. But then it's like, oh my God, Sunday, it's like you have to be out of the house by 10 a.m.
Oh.
And it's like, oh,
That's torture.
yeah, it was pretty bad. But the weather was fantastic. And then when I came back from Napa, I had like a few days to rest or relax, but then I had a house guest coming like on the Wednesday. So it's been like boom, 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 nonstop stuff. And then this weekend, I get to actually visit Mr. E in Boise. So tomorrow after work, I'm hopping on a little puddle jumper and going to Idaho for the weekend.
Nice.
Cool.
Yeah.
Nice. Your beard's looking very Obi-Wan Kenobi, like Ewan McGregor Obi-Wan Kenobi. You're
I was
definitely
gonna
got
say something.
it's
Yeah.
pretty lush, man. It's looking good.
Yeah, well, that's a special request from Mr. E. Not really. He doesn't have to request it. I noticed that when I was having conversations with him, that as I was talking to him, stroking it, It really,
Talk about your beard, right?
yeah, it really makes him long for me even more. So I kind of have this thing. I'm definitely not going to cut it before this weekend, and I may not. I may make a pact or something where I may not cut it until he comes home, and that won't be until the end of April, beginning of May.
Wow. We're gonna have to get you a Jedi robe. You're gonna be totally Obi-Wan Kenobi by then.
Yeah, of course I'll probably dye it soon, but
Kirk,
you know.
you should come. You need to come back to New Orleans now because your beard is looking very much like John's beard.
Well, remember like when I saw the kids, Victoria and William, they're like, Mr. Kirk, you're giving our dad some competition in the beard or whatever. And I was like, that's right.
They definitely give beard love. They love
Yeah,
the beard.
it was the very first thing that they said. It was so funny. It's so cute.
That is cute.
Yeah, I'm definitely thinking about doing the touch of gray stuff again because I got this dark spot naturally still here, but not on this side. It's gone on this side. It's not really there. So I don't like the unevenness. I don't care about the gray, but I don't. I really don't give a shit. But it just the unevenness kind of like it makes it look patchy. I don't like it. So may have to pitch up the brown number 4 with some of the touch of gray. So
yeah, natural brown or whatever it was.
Natural brown, right? That's what
natural medium brown.
Natural medium brown. Yeah, but I think I'm going to use the touch of gray stuff instead just to keep some of it because at this point it'll be pretty dramatic. If I go to the full-on brown, it'll be pretty bad.
You're like, oh, no, it grew out like that overnight, yeah.
It was a miracle. Baby Jesus came and kissed my beard and turned brown.
But it's weird. That touch of gray, it really does keep some of it gray. It's odd because I do John's and like I cover it like completely, and I always find it fascinating that there is still gray in there, but it's like I say, just a touch of gray. It's interesting.
Yeah.
It's not like women's hair dye where every freaking gray better be covered. Like I don't want to see one gray when I do my hair.
What's weird though, when it starts to grow out a little bit, or like if I brush it a different way, like when it is been dyed, you can actually I'll see roots. It's like I'll have beard roots.
Yeah.
It's like
wow. Oh yeah.
But,
I'll lift up John's. I'm like, look at that. That's terrible. Keep that brush down.
Yeah, but it's pretty wild. I have a lot of stuff in it right now just to kind of tame it, and it's even tame. It's kind of big, but like when if I just take the brush and just it's like out to here. And
wow, nice.
Oh,
no, I noticed right away. I was like, wow. I think the longest mine ever was in Tampa, and I could not wait to get home and trim it back down. It was just too much. I couldn't take it.
Yeah.
It doesn't bother me so much, except for just food, and then like. If I take a drink of something and then start talking, I feel like I'm spitting in people's faces just because it's the water.
Right. Well, and you got to keep like if you're gonna do any kissing, you got to get like all of that all cleaned up and.
Yeah, I told Eric it's gonna be like he's gonna be like kissing a dog this weekend. Like he's not gonna feel any skin. It's just gonna be hair.
Oh, so many jokes. Oh man. So let's talk a little bit about some of the stuff that we threw up, and by throwing up I mean I threw it up, and by throwing up I don't mean as in I'm not still a gold star. So I put some stuff up on the 50 Shades page this week. I don't know if you guys got a chance to check it out, but and I stole most of it, so I'm not taking credit for it by any means. But how to lose weight in 4 easy steps. Did you guys watch that video at all?
I had posted that a couple of days before you put it on 50 Shades, and I was like, did I put that on 50 Shades? And because it popped up in my thing again, and I'm like, no, I posted that on my wall. Oh, that was funny. When I saw it, I'm like, I have to share this. This is so funny.
Did you see it, Kirk?
I don't think I saw it. I mean, I might have saw it, but it didn't click on the link or whatever. Because sometimes when I'm just skimming through it, especially if I'm at work. I don't. The connection there is not very good, so I like. Oh, I'll have to watch this later, and then I don't.
Right. I have a lot of times that I can't listen. So like, if it's a video that's visual, I can watch, but I don't listen. But that you have to listen.
Yeah, that
to
one
it.
you had to listen to because the funny stuff was on audio.
Yeah, I'll have to watch it.
But I mean, I thought at the end, it got to a great point, which was, and that's why I brought it up.
Don't drink juice.
Don't drink juice. Yeah. Number 4. No, the whole point was like. Not to ruin it, but just and it won't because I think it's cute a story either way.
It is. Yeah.
But to the guy at the very end, as we call the end of Act 3, where you're kind of coming to, or the beginning of Act 3 even, where you're kind of coming to the point where the protagonist kind of gets to the point of the story, and you see how all the trickle down threads have been through this whole story. He kind of starting to write a rent check, and he realizes it's been 1 year since he started the gym, and I thought that was really powerful. To show like somebody who started it and like how miserable it was in the beginning and how like it got a little
Right.
better and how it just still sucked for a long time and then all of a sudden it changed. But at the very end, it was like, oh, that was easy. Like not, like it only took a year.
Like it was only a year. Yeah.
Yeah, and it really gave it perspective. I thought, God, I hope people get that message out of this video and not just the whole, cutesy lovey story in it. That was good. Was kind of cute. So.
You mean heartbreak isn't the key to weight loss success?
No, well, I don't know about that. Might help. I'm gonna say.
That was funny. Yeah, Kirk, you got to go watch that.
Okay, I definitely will.
Very good, very good. Hey, and if you guys want to participate in the chat, we have the Q&A up, but you got to click the little linky link that's probably right around here somewhere, and it'll say participate in this friggin' nightmare, and then you'll click it, and it'll open up the Q&A thing. So otherwise, you can go to the post. Now, listen carefully. You can go to the Facebook page that's 50 Shades, and you can post questions not on the announcement of this show, but the one where the promo is with the picture of the three of us. You can put all your questions there, and we'll check that.
I'm checking. I'm monitoring that right now. So.
Yeah, so that's good. Okay, so let's talk about the other thing that came up today. And we're kind of doing this a little weird tonight because we didn't really. Well, we had a topic, but we're like, I can't touch that topic without a bottle of scotch at this point. So I don't go anywhere near that.
Right.
So
push that to the side.
Yeah. So there is I went to the nutritionist. Let's back up the truck a little bit. So I've been on a candy friggin' nightmare binge the last week and a half. Like not this week, but the week and a half before. I just like every day the candy bowl, and I never touch a candy bowl at work. I'm like, if I'm gonna get candy, I go get good candy. But every day I've eaten 4 or 5 pieces of candy.
We should say we talked this week, and we all decided we were all on our period at the same time. Bottomless pits and wanted sweets.
Holy shit! I ate like 4 pieces, like the bite-sized pieces, but I ate 4 of them a day, easy. I'm probably lying to myself. It's probably 6. So
y'all came to New Orleans and we synced up our cycle, and that's what happened.
I'm going to be bleeding out my eyeballs if this keeps up. So,
I'm sorry. I keep interrupting. I'm sorry.
No, that was good. The comedy's always appreciated. So that was been my thing. So this week I'm like, okay, that's it. The shit has got to stop. So I when I saw my nutritionist, I got on the scale. My body fat was about the same. My weight was about the same. I'm like, okay, no damage done. Let's call that a freebie. Let's get back on track. So I'd like to get like maybe 2 or 3 pounds just knocked off for safety margin. That's it. That's all. There's nothing. It's nothing new, but that's it. So and I had to change my workout quite a bit to go from the high weight, low rep to the low weight, high rep. So I'm trying to cut a little more, do a little more PEAT workout, get a little more cut, a little more endurance. So anyway, so I talked to the nutritionist and she's like, I was telling her I was really sore, blah, blah, blah. She's like, hey, you need to get a BCAA, which is, for those of you who don't know, and Pete, if you're watching, please correct me if I get this wrong, but the BCAA is it's a supplement you can take, or it's found in some protein powders already, that helps transport the protein to the muscle. So think of it as the bus that drives the protein to the muscle to deliver repair, so the protein to repair the muscles. So she got me on that kick, and I said, okay, I'll go to GNC and I'll get some. So I went to GNC, and I was talking to the guy there, and those guys are always pretty jacked, so obviously they know what they're talking about. And he's like, look, I can sell you the BCAA. It's fine. It tastes fine. You won't even notice it's in your water. But he's like, for the same price, I give you this whole tub of protein, which has twice the BCAA in it, and the protein. And it's only 110 calories per serving. So I'm like, I'll give it a try. What flavors do you have? And he says, vanilla. Yeah, no shit. Chocolate. Yeah, whoop-de-doo. Cinnamon bun. Stop. Cinnamon. You got me a cinnamon bun. I bought a big old tub of it. And I posted it on. The page. That
How did it taste?
Been amazing.
Okay.
Like I could get in trouble with that stuff. Like I could literally mix up a gallon of that stuff and make myself sick.
Like it's creamy.
No, it's like how like I add a little more water than they recommend. They say 6 ounces. I use 8. And it's 1 scoop, so it kind of has the Fit Frappe texture for me. Like I always mix my Fit Frappe, like a 2, like I do
a little bit thinner,
a big one, and I just do an 8-ounce one, and it's a thinner one, but it tastes like straight up sugar. I don't even know what's in it. There's no sugar. There's like less than 1 gram of sugar in there. So and it's got 5.5 BCAAs and like 25 grams of protein in 1 serving. So
is it like? Does it taste like horchata?
Rum chata is kind of creamy.
It's not quite that creamy, but it's a little. But again, I use a little more water than you're supposed to, so you could kind of probably mix it to any consistency you wanted.
And
I like my proteins a little bit like walking right in this. Where's TJ when I need it? I like my proteins a little thinner. When I swallow, I like it thin. So
and with a cinnamon texture.
With a cinnamon texture. Fuck. But no, it's good. It's really, really good.
All right, so I had questions. That's why I wasn't going to ask until the show because I'm not real. I've heard TJ talk about. He says BCAA, right? And I think Lacey drinks something with that too. And so I've never really known what it was. And okay, so do you only drink it after like lifting weights, or do you do it after cardio? Like,
I would say probably you get the most benefit from it from when you've torn the muscle down and you're repairing. So what are you doing for cardio? If you're doing hyper-intensive big muscles, like say you're doing a lot of squats and you're doing like kickboxing or something, I would think that would be a lot of benefit to drinking that. But I'd mainly drink it after lifting. So not that I don't drink it after cardio, but I really make sure I get it after lifting. So.
Well, it might be something I do after step class because we do lots of squats and lunges, and there is like my legs are like limp noodles when we leave. So
yeah, thighs, glutes, quads. Those are your big muscles. I think that you'd find some benefit in it. And just, I mean, I'm 44, so like anything I can do to help my muscle repair faster, I'm all for it. So
I would probably use it after a deep tissue massage.
Yes, actually, I did use it for that too, Kirk. Actually, I know that was kind of funny, but I went in because my back was all jacked up. I go every 3 weeks, and she works that nerve so that it loosens all the muscles around the nerve, so my leg stops tingling. And I did take it after that, and I did notice I was sore the next day, but not the day after. I totally was fine again. I was like, wow. So maybe might have some benefit.
Is that lady you go to that's like a really good deal? Like she's
dude, she's the best.
Crazy cheap.
It's like $40. I still tip her 10. And it's like an hour and 15, hour and 30 sometimes.
That's crazy.
And we talk like two little, like, I mean, I feel like a little old lady at the hair salon. We talk so much. Like, she knows everything about my life. So I get therapy while I'm at it. So it's even better, So.
See, I don't like any talking during my massage. I want to, like, zone out.
Well, there's times where I can't talk because she's no joke. Like, I can go sleep. But yeah.
Well, I went to a girl, not the last time, but the time before, and she was like no joke. I mean, like I was seriously sore the next couple of days, but she talked the whole time. I mean, it was funny and it was a good conversation. But I like the other guy that I go to. He's like real soft spoken and he doesn't say hardly anything the whole time, and I can just relax and kind of zone out. I like to, get in the zone.
I'm a chatty fuck. I'm sure that she would be totally quiet if I didn't say anything, but she knows all about the new girl I'm dating and blah 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 blah. Like I mean, everything. She knows everything. So.
Yeah. About what?
Yeah. About what are you doing? What have you been doing since Mardi Gras?
Oh, I did that to myself. I did not mean to do that out loud. No, so I think I told you guys I opened I'd started an online dating profile more as a distraction. Like I'm gonna do the distraction and. I don't want to. I don't want to like just be single forever, and I'm processing all my legal or my divorce paperwork and stuff, and I'm getting all that out of the way. So like, okay, move forward. So just distract yourself from that. So I set up a profile. I didn't have much expectation, and then and in my town, there's not a lot of folks. Unfortunately, Colorado Springs being a big city, it's not a very big dating mecca, if you will. If you're up in Denver, more so.
So ChristianMingle.com is that?
No, it was a puddle of. I call it Colorado Springs. I call it puddle of fish because there's a very small puddle, but it's a pool of fish, or no, plenty of fish. Sorry, and
that just sounds wrong to me.
Right?
Not a little too on the nose.
Yeah, calling us fish.
Yeah, well, no. So, yeah, PhD, my age, very cute. I mean, super smart, like. Very engaged, very easy to talk to, muy bueno. So we've been just kind of hanging out and going out. Nothing crazy. I mean, nothing going much farther, but so far so good. We'll leave it at that.
Nice. Yeah, that's good.
But you'll tell us. You'll tell us when there's a little.
We'll know.
Yeah.
We'll know.
Hey, now I'm a gentleman, so let's. That's an offline topic, and it has not happened for the record.
We'll be able to tell.
Yeah, I'll be smiling for a change.
Yeah, you'll be a little bit more relaxed.
Yeah, probably.
Wait, you know what? I forgot. I had another one of a BCAA question.
Oh.
You said that. I know. I'm leaving the dating subject for a second because I know I'm going to forget if I don't ask. You said there was another one that had no flavor that you could have mixed that had less or whatever. Does it have less calories? Like,
Yeah, it's 110 calories per scoop. So for an 8-ounce drink, that's not great, but with 25 grams of protein rather, that's pretty good. So.
but I mean the other one that you said that was no flavor. You just mix it with water and you wouldn't taste it.
I don't know because by the time I did the math on the price, I was like, 25 grams of protein, no grams of protein, same price. I mean, I was pretty much sold. So Pete's calling me out on this, by the way. So Pete, who is the champion of figuring out how to use the Q&As tonight, he says, hey, don't go referencing me on this do lightweight, high reps, cut the fat bullshit.
Oh, wow.
The way he meant it, too.
Wow.
That's what bikini prep coaches and toners tell people. It's nuts. I heard you describe your workout as fine, but no tone or increase the density. No. That's how he said it, too. I'm going to end up in a freezer. Check Pete's freezer. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah, I was going to say his freezer it must be like full of some.
Hey, Pete had a rough day today.
I was going to say, Pete had a rough day today, so I'm having some fun at his expense.
Cut him some slack. Yeah.
I'm trying to get him to laugh a little bit because I know he had a bad day. I was feeling for him. I didn't get a chance to message him. So
I'm sending him some love. I feel you, Pete. I feel you.
Don't kill me. I don't even taste good. I'm probably gamey. That's all the working out I do. A lot of lactic acid.
Very tough. Very tough.
Yeah, very sinewy.
Chewy.
Yeah, maybe the mid-size, if you eat my abs, they'd probably be good. There's probably a lot of still fat around those, but that's probably about it.
It's marbled.
It's marbled. Yeah, right.
All right. One of the things we said we were going to talk about was motivation, post-holiday motivation. We're past January, the big January rush for like fitness and all that. Keeping motivation after the holidays. And, I posted on Facebook this week, I think it was on Monday when I went, the gym was packed. I think even more so than it was at the beginning of January. So I was actually really encouraged to see that people were still hitting the gym, towards the end of February. I've never really experienced that before. So
I haven't either.
Yeah, you know what, though? I think late February is weird, but like February is normally when people, like the diehards come back and they're like, okay, are the newbies gone yet? The people that are going to stay here? Okay, great. Let's get back to having access to the damn equipment. But yeah, I think it's been my gym because it's at work. It's the same thing every year, right? It's like January sucks, and then February gets a little better because only very few people stick with it. But then the people you still see in February are the people that are going to stay. So you're like, okay, cool. Like I've seen her here before. I've seen him here before. They're committed. They're going to do this. So then they're kind of welcomed in. Until then, though, it's all you don't talk to new people. Yeah. And then nothing you're being rude, but just like, I don't want to get hooked into this person because they're probably going to be here next month. So
not a lot of eye contact. You're just like, I'm acknowledging, but yeah.
But so where are you at on that as far as just you? I mean, yeah, granted, I know you've been going, but kind of tell everybody what.
Oh, yeah, I'm still, I feel like I'm more committed now than I was even in the beginning. I always say it takes, about 3 or 4 weeks to just get back to where you feel in the groove of it all. And, I started getting back into it at the beginning of December. So I kind of had a little bit of a jump start on the holiday rush. But then once Christmas was over with, I got into my routine, and I feel like I have my Monday and Wednesday classes I do, and then I'll work out 2 more days later in the week to do stuff, and I'm feeling good. I feel very motivated, and I'm enjoying my step class, which makes it easier. And then on my off days, I do like treadmill, elliptical, which can be boring, so it's nice to have the step days that shake up that routine. And but yeah, I'm very much still motivated. But I think too it's been encouraging because I've been seeing results. Like I'm fitting better in my clothes. I can see my stomach's pulling in a little bit. So that to me keeps me motivated. So
oh my gosh, those light gray gym pants that you posted.
Oh my god, that was horrible.
Oh my god.
I was like, I didn't want to wear those pants that day, but I'm like, it's the only pants clean. It's laundry day. I gotta wear them. I got nothing else. And I'm like, I know this is not gonna be good. I know it's not because I know where I sweat.
Crazy.
It's horrible, and I look like a freak. I'm like, oh.
I didn't know you
like,
worked out with. Just saying, that's all.
Like, this has to be photo documented. It has to be, because this
It was
gym
just
will
like
never
all-
see these pants again.
It was like vag sweat. It was like you sweat out of your vagina.
That's where I sweat. That's where
They call that sweat.
You'd think I'd have the tiniest little cooch ever, because that's where I sweat. I don't. Wow.
That just happened.
I'm embarrassed a little bit. I think
I know, I'm a little.
I embarrassed y'all.
And straight man. That's pretty good.
Oh
yeah,
my God.
it's hard to get me to blush.
That's what I'm saying. I can't believe I embarrassed you.
Oh, that's funny. All right. Yeah.
Kirk,
I
have
might
you
have
been
to
doing any
stand that on
exercise or just doing like your normal routine, or what's going on with you for the new year? I mean, as far as since January, I guess.
Nothing.
Nothing. See, working hard.
Same old, same old.
Yeah, but you got a lot of
Working.
job changes and stuff too, so you get extra pass.
Not
Not
really.
that you were
I
going to
mean,
do it anyway.
Yeah, no. Even if I wasn't doing anything, my time wouldn't be spent working out.
Yeah,
And what's funny is my new job. There's a 24-hour fitness like right across the street, and apparently with my new employer, there's like a pretty sweet discount to go there, and it's good for any 24-hour fitness. And what's really nice about that one is it has the pool. It has a pool.
Oh.
That's very rare in Seattle to find gyms that have pools, unless it's part of some like really fancy, old school $400 a month country club type thing. But it's also like the busiest 24-hour fitness. It's the big meat market 24-hour fitness. We share our building. We share space with Facebook, so it would always be busy. It's a 24-hour fitness that no matter what time you go by, there's people in there or whatever, and that's just not my thing. No. I'm just not at the point where I just don't like that in general, but just even more so, I don't think I would feel real comfortable walking around there.
No, I like it when I go on Sunday mornings. Nobody goes on Sunday mornings, so I like feeling like I have the place to myself, and I'm not that I'm self-conscious when everybody's there. I just don't want to. I don't want to interact with people when I'm at the gym. I want to just go do my thing.
Get in, get it done.
Yeah.
But that's not
I don't
to
want
say
to chit chat.
I do. Not to say that I'm just this totally stationary person when I'm not sitting here. It's like, I took my dog on a really long walk the other day. When I had a guest last week, we went on walks. Whenever I can, I'm walking all over the place. Napa and San Francisco, we walked everywhere. I had the choice, like one night, to take a cab or a Uber home, and I was like, no, it's like 75 degrees, Fisherman's Wharf. The hotel's only about a mile and a half away. I'm like, I'm just going to go for it. And I didn't know what the terrain was going to be like, and there were hills, but it was like gorgeous and beautiful, and like I walked like crazy. So, I mean, I just am not that person that goes into the gym or whatever and gets on a treadmill. Not that I don't enjoy that, because the gym that I used to go to at work, my other work, each treadmill had TV monitors on it, so I could watch satellite TV, and that made the time go by really fast.
Right.
So it's not the cardio part isn't a problem for me. I'm just still one of those people that's just not into the whole I'm gonna lift things, whatever.
Yeah, but you even do the walking. Like you posted something on your Facebook page about walking in the airport, even while you're waiting for your flight. So I think that really does bring up a good point. Like never, ever, underestimate the power of walking, because a slight incline, even if you're doing it on a treadmill, like a slight incline at like 3 miles an hour, you'll burn a shit ton of calories in 30 minutes. You don't realize it, but you really will.
I was happy I like to keep moving. I'm not opposed to walking and doing that kind of thing. I like moving. I like, that kind of stuff, but I'm just...
Well, and Joey was here, during Mardi Gras, and he and I have talked about it a lot. He said, since he moved to New York, he's at his lowest adult weight ever, and he said it's all just from walking around the city, not from like intentional exercise, but truly just walking here and there throughout the city. And so I've always said that. I mean, that's all I did was walk when I was in my losing phase. I couldn't really run, and I didn't start doing any kind of strength training until I was like 3 or 4 months out. So all of mine was just purely from walking. So it's definitely beneficial.
Yep. I agree.
I would say that the one thing I think that's missing in my repertoire, like I work out regularly. I snow ski once a month. Is a big calorie burn, but I don't do it often enough to count it as exercise. But it's hiking, and hiking in Colorado is pretty big. So yeah, I'm supposed to go hiking Sunday. So I'm going skiing Saturday and hiking Sunday. So that'll be interesting. But I think that's you just don't realize it. You're just so distracted by the things you're seeing, whether it's in the city or in the mountains. You're so distracted by the things you're seeing. You're not thinking about exercise, but you're doing a ton of work. You don't realize it.
I think I would like. I think I would like hiking because to me there's a social aspect to it, and then there's the whole just scenery experience aspect to it. But I don't think I would like backpacking or whatever. I wouldn't want to do it like overnight, or I wouldn't. I would like to go out for a hike and then be able to go back to a hotel someplace. And,
yeah, overnight's called camping.
That's just like
we really just want to do hiking. We want to go back to a place where you have fire and a glass of wine afterwards.
or maybe 2 glasses.
Or 3.
Yeah.
It's funny you say that because it's the same thing. It's like I'm kind of the same mind as just like I want to get out for the day. And the other thing is when you're kind of hiking around, especially if you're like with somebody, you get to really talk to them, and you're distracted by. You're distracted by the conversation. You're not thinking about working out, and also because you're moving and you're thinking about where you're stepping and stuff. You're not filtering yourself. You're very just you. You're in the moment, and I think that's the best way to kind of get to know new people, or even just people you've known your whole life. Like really to talk deep and have good conversation. So it's a plus. It's a win-win.
Yeah. So I think I might try that this summer. We'll see.
So Jim Haney, you stepped on this fucking landmine. I'm gonna blow you up with it. You did this to yourself. Brooke, you'll want to listen closely. So,
okay, brace myself.
Said, I'm guessing Phil tastes like a sausage roll since he seems to live off of them. Well, Jim, we'll see you in WLSFA, and you can find out. Only with Kirk's permission. Only with Kirk's permission.
That's funny.
John has been enjoying the sausage rolls that you left for him. He's like once a week he's popping a few in the oven.
Good.
He's really enjoying that. Yeah.
I'm glad. I'm so happy because he really was I'm like, okay, this is a real Aussie. I got to be careful here. I got to go Mel style and I got to go Phil style. I can't do just one. I got to do them both. So I'm glad you like good.
That was some good food that weekend. Very
places. All the different things we ate out a lot too. We cooked and then we ate out a lot too.
I think this is the first quote unquote, although it was just friends, but the first WLS quote unquote getaway where I actually ate regularly.
Me
probably
too
much. Normally we get there and I'm like, let me go on in a note to Kaylee, the K-Star diet. Whoa, and I don't mean that in a bad way, but just it seems like when we get together, we just drink and that's it.
Right.
No, we had pizza. We had what was that stuff you made, Tanya?
I had gumbo and what else?
Joey's protein balls. We had
Joey's protein
cake.
Red beans.
Red beans.
We went to breakfast that morning at that the Ruby Slipper. That was really good breakfast.
Oh, that let's talk about that. Let's talk a little bit about that lovely drink I had.
Bloody Mary.
The Bloody Mary.
God, that was so spicy and so good.
It stopped the room from spinning.
Boy, that was my happy place.
The ship was sinking at that point.
I was not a good. You look at the pictures of us getting on the ferry. I don't look so good. I'm not smiling. I'm not happy. After breakfast, I was fine.
Yeah. I was like, is that restaurant? Are we on the water still? Is this restaurant on?
Yeah. Kirk and I are sitting there in the restaurant like this. Oh, what's going on?
Did you feel that? Did it really just move? But no.
No, it's just us.
Yeah, your Bloody Mary and my little mimosa, that's all it took, and it was like, okay, we're functional again.
Things were all better after that, yes, I agree. Concur.
Until Joey shoved the funnel cake in my face.
Oh, my Lord. Twice.
Well, every girl takes a funnel cake to the face at some point, that's all I'm saying.
I looked like a cokehead in that picture.
Yeah,
I was like,
I haven't seen so much powder on somebody's face since the 80s. Of course, I was just a mere wee child in the 80s, so I wouldn't have known.
Right.
Yeah, I was little, yeah.
Tiny.
I was not little. I was fat as fuck, but I was younger. So.
You were young, yeah.
I was much bigger, actually. No, okay. So our last show was like a train wreck because I can't watch the drunk shows. I just can't do it. I can't. But like it started off fine, but I think TJ and I both knew going into that we're gonna have to cut this short because it's gonna get bad quick. And
Right.
I think he gave me the nod at the same time I was about to give him the nod, and we kind of just. But Kirk, you were remote that night, and you had guests as well. So we got extra fun on that night. So
yeah, that was like the night Katie and Bobby were there. Was that the night before I was flying to New Orleans? Yeah,
Yep.
right?
Yeah.
Yeah, that was fun.
Yeah, we stayed on that hangout for a long time after, because
Yeah.
so Katie and Bobby could kind of feel like a part of everybody being here. So
Yeah, that was fun. That was good.
Mhm.
I haven't seen Katie since. She's been in
What?
across
That's
the
right.
world.
She's in Dubai. Huh?
Yeah,
Yeah.
she's back now, so that's good. Christina, she's been in Orlando. Like, I haven't seen anybody for a while.
Jim responded. He said, "That's a toothy proposition." Well, hey, you're the one that made it, motherfucker. I didn't. Hey, when you step on a landmine, you own it. That's rule
funny.
number one. I didn't do it. You did that. You did that to yourself.
I'm looking to see because I had a question. It must be in YouTube Addicts. Oh yeah. Kay Sieben had asked about. She wanted me to talk about plastics a little bit. She said she's getting ready to have some plastics done, and she said I have an inner fight about the money. It cost. Its cost and what we could have done with that money. Like, do I feel guilty? Like, how did I feel about spending that kind of money on myself, only for me? Da, da, da. And I thought about this because I did feel a little bit guilty, a little bit, but I can tell you it had probably like less than a percentage of any kind of influence on my decision because I always wanted to have a tummy tuck even before I had lost weight. I had lost weight before I had the kids, and I said if I kept my weight off for a whole year, I would have a tummy tuck then, and I didn't keep the weight off. And so I always knew I wanted it. John is always super supportive. He never said a word about me spending that money to have plastics done. So I may have had a twinge of guilt, but I would trade anything that $10,000 would have bought to have what I have now. I have no regrets whatsoever. If that would have been a fantastic European vacation, I'd rather have what I have every day than that one experience or whatever. So I have no guilt about spending that money on my plastics. I think it helped my self-confidence and made me feel complete with the process, and I have no guilt about it.
Yeah, I wouldn't either. And I mean, you guys both work really hard, and I mean, you don't live especially extravagant lifestyles, and like vacationing, you don't even have to go anywhere. Your friends all come to you.
Right.
So.
Right.
Well played, sir. Good point.
And if I go somewhere, I stay with a friend. So
Yeah.
Right.
that cuts the cost.
I mean, some people would spend $5,000 or $10,000 like on a laptop and a TV, and not even think of second thought
Right.
about it. So.
And and back in the day, I did. I mean, like when we got the flat screen TV, like when it first came out, the really big ones, and now you could probably get them. I think Phil and I we talked about that not long ago. You can get it for like $500 or $600 now, and I think when we got our big TV, it might have been like $4,000.
Yeah.
So yeah, that was a priority back then. Having my plastics was a priority at that moment. So
Yeah. Totally worth it.
Sorry,
Yeah.
it sounded like something was falling through my friggin' ceiling and nobody's upstairs. That's weird.
Gross.
Yeah, no, I had the problem with the fact that $9,000. I'm like, well, shit, I can do a lot of stuff with $9,000. Like, I need a new car and blah blah blah, and so for me it was like at the time I was like, oh man, 6 weeks off the gym at least, and $9,000, and oh shit, I don't know if I want to do this. It's not like I got that laying around right now. I obviously. As life changes and progresses, I'm thinking a little bit differently about it. I'm not saying I wouldn't do it. I'm still on the fence of not doing it. But I think if it's if it's something like Tanya said, if it's something that's going to take you and give you something back every day, it's probably worth it. Like I might do it and be like, holy shit, my clothes fit better. I feel better about my gym clothes. I don't see that bulge around the middle where the
Right.
skin's rolled over or whatever. Like that might be worth it in and of itself. I might even realize how much it's worth it. But right now, I'm just still struggling with that same. So I get where you're coming from, but I would take Tanya's advice since she's actually done it. So
Yeah.
Do you think too that might be a difference between a male and a female perspective? That Like for women, it might be it's a little more accepted or not accepted, but standard. Like it's not as it's more common for women than men.
Well,
So
okay. So I'm going to give you guys a real insight. So as a 44-year-old man, I think, and especially looking to date somebody my age, is like, hey, 40-something-year-old women have probably had kids. Like, you just expect a certain amount of, like, normal body shifting. I mean, that happens as we get older, right? So I'm like, I would never think anything less of a woman's body, and it's probably more sexy to me now that she's a 40-year-old woman. I'm like, that's kind of hot. To where, as a guy, you like, I kind of like say, okay, well, if I can accept that, why couldn't somebody accept the fact that I lost 130, 140 pounds? There's going to be side effects of that at 44. Like there's just gonna be. And whether stretch marks, whether I get rid of all the skin, there'll still be stretch marks or whatever. So I don't know. I'm kind of on the fence about that, but yeah, I mean, I think that you do make a point though that it's more common for women to have plastic surgery, but Kirk,
so you don't have
be
that
the
little bit
deciding
of
factor. I mean,
Well, shoot. Well, I think for guys it really just depends on how much loose skin you have. Like I think I think there is a double standard in terms of appearance. Women are expected to keep up an appearance way beyond their 40s and 50s. I mean, I was just talking to my dad the other day, and he was talking about, how he's not even interested in dating because like women his age don't even turn him on. I mean, the stuff that was coming out of his mouth was just like, I was like, oh my God. But it was just like, he's just like, it's such a double standard. Here he is, this older, saggy, half-dead man, like commenting how women his age just really aren't physically attractive to him enough to even for him to consider dating. So but like women are all over him. Like,
I think there's a power shift there. Oh God, this is gonna get me so much trouble. Okay, so I think there's a power shift. So I think that, and whether you agree with this or not, and I don't mean to offend, but I've just noticed that women have pretty much all of the dating, mating decisions from about 16 to about 38, 39, maybe even 40. After that, men kind of become distinguished, and they're established. I mean, men have their careers figured out. They have themselves figured out. It takes us much longer to mature. So, but women have had that power for a while. Men mature at that age, and then are much more attractive, I think, to younger women are more attracted to older men because they're stable and they're more sure of themselves. They're more confident. They're more, that power shift happens. Whether it's
it's a
I'm not saying
maturity
it's right or
level.
wrong. It's just an is. Like this has been going on for eons, right?
Yeah, that's what he said too. He was saying like, these ladies who have used their physical appearance or their sexuality for, a majority of their lives to get things are now learning that they can't use that anymore, and it was a really interesting conversation. It was a very odd conversation to have with your dad, especially when you're not into women. All right, whatevs. But yeah, I was just like, wow, so it's hard for me to say. My thing with plastic surgery is well, there's two things. One is I could live like this for the rest of my life, and I know that I'm 10 times happier than I was. Mm-hmm. So that's like, I already feel pretty good. I feel like I'm still sort of settling or finding what my body's going to do. So we talked about this a little bit last time, but since I started the testosterone therapy treatment back in November, I've actually gained some weight back. Some of that's due to eating, because I actually feel more hungry, I think, with the testosterone. Like I have a bigger appetite.
Makes sense.
And I'm not hating the way that I look with the extra 10 to 12 pounds, like whatever it is. It doesn't look bad. In fact, it makes me look less saggy in some places.
I agree. Totally agree.
So it's like, I could say, oh, I was like 190 or 187, and then I look at myself and it's like, oh, well, Lordy Jesus. Like, but then I look at myself with the like 10 or 12 extra pounds, and I look healthier, or I look
Yeah.
Things like
I
I'm not
think
as
I
worried
think you
about
look
like
great.
I'm not worried. Like, remember for a while, I was really concerned about how my cheeks
Mm-hmm.
looked, and I was like
Yeah.
considering getting like having some fat taken out of my sides or something and shot into my face because I was like looking. I felt like I was looking a little flappy or a little too weight loss
Like
surgery-ish. You know, like.
right. The
But
bariatric look. Yeah.
yeah, and I'm like, so I'm not hating where I'm at right now, and it's made me less saggy. But would I say I'll completely rule it out? No. Let me see where I am after 5 years.
Right.
You know, and then
Yeah.
the other thing is I'm just really, really, really nervous about going under anesthesia as an elective, just
Right.
because
Yeah.
having gone under
Yeah.
before and having such a strange reaction to just gas inflating my body, I'm afraid to take that chance for something like plastic surgery. Like if I was
Well,
having to get in like
yeah.
some other surgery, maybe I'll be like, oh yeah, I have a hernia or something. Yeah, while you're in there, go ahead, and do it.
Right.
But as an elective, I just feel weird about it right now. So I'm gonna follow my
Well,
instincts.
Well, and that's good. You should follow. You good. And I got a text message from Patty from Watch Patty Melt's her
Oh, so
channel.
of course she looks
And
fantastic. I just wanted to have
well, and she
contact
said,
just because of her.
I know she looks amazing. I know, and she said the same thing I said, that she agreed 100% that she doesn't feel any guilt. She is very happy with that she made the decision that she made. So, um, but I'll say this too. I mean, y'all know Andrea. She said she would not have plastics because she had a really bad experience with her VSG surgery.
Yeah.
Like she was in the hospital for a couple of weeks. It's probably the only major complication I've ever heard of from VSG, and she just doesn't heal well, and she's had other things happen too. And she said, she is too afraid from the experiences that she's had with surgery that she's too afraid to have it. She'd love to for the aesthetics of it, but the risk is not worth it for her. So
this dovetails into two questions, and I'm gonna give a quick answer here real quick just to kind of tag up on something you said, Tanya, and then I'm gonna ask you Lisa's question. Then I'm on a catch and release program with water right now, so I have to go release, and then I'll catch some more and come back. But
okay.
and this will tag into Jim's question, which will follow Lisa's question. So, but we'll get to that in a minute. So, yeah, if I did this whole journey, and not just the weight loss, but the whole thing, like everything, the new house, the reevaluating my marriage, the whole bit, right? I did all of that to get to a place where I was a happier, more relaxed person who could enjoy the remaining years I have left, whether it's 2 or 40, whatever it is, right? Or 80. I should be so lucky. But I think in that regard, like if I was like super in the zone and happy, like okay, I'm physically better than I've ever been. I feel like I could do more. I have the opportunities to do more. I'm in a loving relationship. My kids are good. I'm good. My finances are good. I would be less likely to go into the knife for elective surgery. It doesn't mean I wouldn't. It's just less likely. But Lisa asks, Lisa English, this is one of our Aussie friends. Did you, Tanya, do anything particular to prepare for plastics, like upping your protein or anything like that? And then I'm gonna let you answer that while I run away, and I'll be right back.
Okay. I did a lot of research before I had my plastics, and I watched a lot of YouTube videos. I read a lot of articles on. I was very nervous about infection, and because I was kind of the same thing. I saw a lot of scary things on YouTube of people who got infections after surgery, and that really terrified me. So I went out of my way. I made sure I had more than 100 grams of protein every day for a long time before and a long time after. I exercised 3 or 4 days a week. I worked on my abs constantly because I wanted to give my plastic surgeon the best material to work with. I made sure I got my water. I did my vitamins. I did all that before and after I had my plastic. So I definitely prepared. Then right before surgery, I cleaned my bathroom and all the places where I was going to be recovering with bleach water, and I sanitized everything so that way I minimized the chances of having any kind of infection and anything like that. So yeah, I definitely did a lot to prepare. I'm a researcher though. Like I research. If I'm going to do something, I absorb myself in it. So, and I look for horror stories. I don't want to hear all the good stuff. I want to hear all the bad things that can happen, so I can try and figure out how to avoid those things. So yeah, I definitely did that. Yeah.
Did you have a spreadsheet?
Did I have a spreadsheet? No, but I did have rules in the house that people couldn't touch my healing stations. Like I swear you can ask John. After I cleaned the bathroom, no one in the house was allowed to go into the bathroom. John had a shower upstairs where the kids bathe.
Oh my God.
For like a month after, I wouldn't let him. And then about a week after my surgery, so I had like my recliner and I had like a little area that was mine. And remember that? Okay. About a week after, I'm in my recliner and here comes William down the stairs and he says, "Mom, I don't feel good." And I mean, just vomited everywhere. And I'm like, really? Right next to my healing station? You couldn't go to the bathroom.
You're not worried about your child. You're like, you're infecting my healing station.
Not at all. I was like, I'm gonna get an infection. I'm gonna have a gaping hole in my stomach. Oh my God. John, go clean it up. Like it was horrible. So when I look back at it now, it was horrible. But yeah, I was like, you can imagine, my type A personality. Funny. I was crazy about it. So yeah.
That is funny. I'm gonna go catch and release. I'll be right back.
It's Kirk's turn to catch him just in time. So this question came in from Jim as a follow-up, directed at me, but and I don't know that you or Kirk could answer this the same way. So it says, Phil, do you think plastics are more of a consideration now for you since you're casting your rod, so to speak, into a fishing pond? Well played on the rod and well played on the pool of fish or whatever the hell it's called.
Nice innuendos, yes.
Yes, very good. There was a moment, and it's not, again, not at this phase at all, and I don't mean to imply that it is or otherwise, but there was a moment where I'm like, what is it going to be like the first time I'm with somebody who has been normal for the most part their entire life? I mean, I know anybody in their 40s has experienced some weight gain, some, especially if you had kids, etc.
Right.
What's it gonna be like that first time? Like, am I gonna be so in my head I'm gonna break the equipment or what? Like, I don't want to do that. So, is it more of a consideration? I would have to say, yeah, it's more of a consideration just for the sake of it's made me think about it more, but it hasn't made me be like, yeah, I gotta start saving my pennies. So. Yes, but not significantly so.
So if $10,000 just fell into your lap today, and just like, oh, surprise, you got an inheritance, $10,000, congratulations, would you be like, hey, that is that the top thing on your list of things to spend that money on, or
No.
where would you say it ranks?
So $10,000 that came in the door right now, I would be like, okay, I'm going to put that in my savings account so I can go take all the trips and do all the things on the board that I said I was going to do, like just stuff around here even, or coming to visit you, or coming to visit Kirk. Like, I'd rather use that money for experiences, right? Because I can take that shit to the grave, right? Let's say
that it was 100,000. 100,000.
Shit. Well, pay off the car immediately. Then I'm in a situation because it's like that's a significant amount of money I could put toward the house, and I could just almost be done with my house in a few years. So I think it would still rank pretty low. I mean, I think I would take care.
I was gonna say that tells me it's not.
This guy would take care of my responsibilities first. Like 10,000 seems like I could play with that money a little bit. Like that recovers me from where I just was. Like, okay, I split the equity that was left in the house with my ex-wife, and so that 10,000 would repair me back to good. I could go do fun stuff again, willy-nilly. 100,000, God, I could pay off a lot of my debts. 200,000, I could pay off all my debts, and then we're talking about it's a consideration. So
then you know what? Then it's not a priority for you. It's not. It's not even on your radar, because I can tell you.
I've said this many times in jest, but there's a degree of truth to it. If and just knowing me the way I am with the relationships, if I were to ever get to a relationship situation where we were getting intimate, if you're noticing the loose skin, I'm doing something wrong. Let's just leave it at that. I should have you completely distracted at that point. So.
Yeah.
Would you get a penis enlargement?
Mm-mm. Who the hell can pack that around? I can barely deal with this. Thanks, Kirk. Set that right up for me. I mean, Kirk, but I mean, not everybody knows.
That's funny.
I'm 2 for 2 tonight. Jesus, that's great.
I just no. I asked because I was like doing something on Netflix or whatever or something, and just randomly there was some documentary where some comedian guy was actually documenting his quest for a larger penis. And was that and like the teaser was like him going to Mexico or Tijuana and like he was in a hospital gown getting something about ready to happen. And I'm just wondering if anybody had seen that to see if he actually goes through with it.
No. That
No.
sounds like so much bad. I don't even want to talk about it.
I know it's crazy.
Here's the thing, you know what I think too, and again, I don't mean for this to come across negatively, but I think anytime you're with somebody new and for the first time intimate, they're more concerned with what they look like than with what you look like. Like they're
Right.
more in their head than they are worried about what they're seeing. Yeah, so
Yeah.
if you just realize that and take the pressure off of it, says the guy who can never shut his brain down. I think you're probably better off. 2 cents.
Well, and I think like I'll get I'm in reconstructive surgery groups, and people ask like, oh, or even in just like the sassy sleepers, like in sleeper groups, and people ask like, oh, did losing weight or did having plastics help your sex life? Did that change? Of course it did, because it's more about you than it is about how the other person sees you.
Right.
So I can say for me, yeah, it did, because when you feel sexy, you're gonna be sexier, you're gonna be sexier in that moment, because you're not worrying about, oh, I hope this isn't looking, oh, I hope I'm not turning the other person off, and so it makes
it's
it
not like
better.
John was saying no before. So I'm like,
No, that was not a problem.
What?
No.
Yes, absolutely. So you're like, I mean, but you're right. I mean, you feel it's all about you. It's all your head. I mean, believe me, I'm in my head. Trust me.
Right. It's so much for yourself, yeah. And so when you remove that, well, when you boost that confidence and you don't worry about those things anymore, you can be more in the moment, and it's better. It is.
Yeah, I can totally see that.
I mean, look, even in the gym, if I could go, like, I will look in the mirror, and nobody wants to see it, but like, I'll be in the mirror and I'll be doing this the whole time, like, God damn it, why is that sticking over my belt? It's just skin. I hate it. Or why is that over? And I wear a medium gym short, which I wear large, everything else, but from the gym, I tend to wear a medium gym short and a large shirt, just to make sure things stay in place.
Right.
And I'm always like, Josh and I were just talking about this today because he's got the same thing. It's like, this bothers me. I'm like, yeah, it bothers me too, man. But that's all just the leftover empty fat cells and the skin. I mean, like, are you going to go under the knife for that? And it's like, I mean, I'm sure, like, if there was one day where I walked in the gym and that shit was just like, whew, perfectly flat, I would be like, holy shit. And I'd probably get a lot of, I mean, I'm sure down the line I'd be like, oh, I'm so much happier and I feel so much better about myself and blah, blah, blah. But $10,000 better? I don't know. Not right now, apparently. Like you said. So.
Yeah. Yeah, if money wasn't an object, if it's still not a priority, then it's not a priority. Yeah. That's just my opinion.
So Jim followed back up, said, quite honestly, I feel women are more forgiving in the physical looks flaws department than men are. It's the way of our double standard society. So I just don't think it's as much a concern for me or other men. Maybe we should feel lucky? ? I think to a degree there's something to that, but I think with age, and I mean, Jim's is Jim in his 50s or 40s?
No, he's late 40s. I think
late 40s. So so Jim, you're 40s. Like you just like I'm not saying I don't appreciate beauty and youth. I mean, it's gorgeous, but I have a certain appreciation. There's a joke. I'll just use the joke. There was a friend of mine posted this meme. It said, "I don't know if I'm more into MILF porn now or I'm just getting older." You just appreciate a woman's body, like until Louis C.K. always says, until a creature has crawled out of your body and ruined your dreams, you're not a woman. So I appreciate a woman. That's all I'm saying.
That's funny. Hey, did y'all see my MILF post I posted this week? I said I'm finally a MILF, a mom in love with fitness.
Yeah, I saw that.
I was like, yes, I love that.
My friend Amy posted the same thing, different groups. So she's a super fitness buff. She's like, she cracks me up. She's like Mr. Like, she's like Miss like what's that workout that everybody makes fun of? God damn it. CrossFit. She's a super she's no bullshit. Like if I worked out with her, I'd be afraid. Like she's not too far from my age. She's a little bit behind me, but not by much. She would crush me, and I work out 5 days a week. She'd kill me. And I saw that post on hers too. I thought, oh, that's funny.
I love that. Oh, Jim said he's 49.
He's
I thought he was
49,
49,
yeah.
but I wasn't sure if it was 48 or 49. I knew he
Hey,
was
Jim,
close. I
I'm
didn't want to tell him.
expecting a huge 50th birthday party at your ass, and everybody gets invited. Wink, wink.
That's
Wait.
right.
Nudge.
In his ass? What'd you say?
No, well, wow, Kirk, I may be hanging out with you way too much. Okay. No, I'm expecting a huge 50th birthday party. Totally. You got to do it, dude. 50 is a big one. Like, I'm like,
Yeah.
40, 45, 50. You start celebrating the 5-year marks at that point, but the big ones are the 10-year marks. So
Yeah.
we got to have a big, Jim's got to have a big party. We all got to go for that.
Yep, a big ATL party.
Oh, dude, it'd be awesome.
Yeah.
I think TJ should have a 40th birthday party every year.
Again, I agree. That would be awesome.
A 40 plus.
I have never been. This is crazy, but I've never been so not in my head and just enjoying the moment as that trip.
Yeah.
Even when, like, all the things happened along the way, right? But like overall, I totally love that trip. I remember everything that I remember Tanya in a very specific moment. I remember you in a very specific moment, Kirk. Like I have very clear memories of that trip that are just never will leave me. They're so good. You know, that party was great. That was totally great.
That was fun. Yeah.
We needed about a week, I think.
Mm-hmm. We'd be dead, but we would have had a good time.
Right.
I'll say, all right,
Well, yeah, but we would have finally gone through all of the 15,000 cheesecakes that Jenny made.
Oh my God, that was awesome. And I don't even like cheesecake, and I thought that was amazing. I'm like, that is
And
amazing.
quiches.
Yeah.
And quiches, that's right. There were a gazillion quiches.
They were multiplying. It's like you'd eat one, two more would show up.
You eat one and two appear. It's like a
Yeah.
hydra. It's like a hydra quiche.
That's funny.
That was good.
I
So I don't even remember. What's our next thing?
Well,
That leads us to...
that leads us into another
Oh.
very good segue, Kirk.
Yes, very good.
Let's talk a little bit about WLSFA. So I know that Tanya and John are secured for their flights and all that good stuff, right?
Yes.
Well, we're driving, but yeah.
Or your
going.
travel arrangements have been made.
Yes,
Kirk, where are you
we're
at on
solid.
that?
Airline purchased, hotel room reserved at the host hotel.
Holy shit! So not at the actual event, but downtown, right?
No, at the event.
Oh, at the event. Okay.
Mhm.
I need to do all of that, so we need to talk offline about what I'm doing. I haven't done any of that. I've been inundated with unusual expenses,
Yeah,
like taxes and
Yeah.
divorces and car registrations and car insurance and shit like that. But I do have to do that, so we got to figure that out, and I want to talk with you. So.
Oh yeah, and registration. Did you already do your registration or no?
I haven't done the registration for the event. I did the registration for my car, if that counts.
Oh,
but
yeah.
I don't think it does. So.
No, it does not
That was
count.
$489. No, not quite. $389. So yeah.
No, I have I have registration for John and I, so we're solid.
Wait.
We're good to go.
You have registration for vagina what?
For John and
Oh,
I.
John.
John and I heard vagina and I. That's all I heard.
Oh,
You got
Lord.
your mind on vagina.
Yeah, you need to get some.
Just saying.
No, come on now. I'm a dating man. I'm a good boy. I have to. I don't want to scare
That's
any.
why your mind's on vagina.
Yeah, I'm trying to be good. That's what I'm trying to do. Like that. Okay, so I did it to myself, and I'm gonna blame the wine. But so let's talk a little bit about the online dating situation. Well, but before we do that, we have one quick question. Sorry, coming in. Wait, two of them.
Okay.
Christian said she will announce me turning 40 because she's too young to be with an old man. So
that
Jim will be
sounds
turning
just like
40
it.
again soon, and I want to be invited to 40 then. Okay, that's all I'm saying. We're not
That's
going to go too.
hilarious.
So
They are
Lisa,
so funny.
yeah, they seem. I haven't actually got to meet Jim in person, but I don't care. I feel like I know Jim. Like I'm like, if I walked up to Jim on the street, I'd be like, "Hey, dude, I haven't seen you in a while. How's it going?" Like we had met before. I'd be like, I totally like,
Yeah.
brothers, no problem. So Lisa VSG English says, so explain this to an Aussie. What is the deal with Muff? Let me tell you about Muff. You know what? My biggest disappointment from New Orleans was The only muff I got was at the World War II Museum, which was a good muff. It's a good piece of muff. I had my face in it. I was like, la 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 la. I was good. I think I shared my muff with somebody at some point.
You did,
Kirk.
me.
With
Yeah.
Kirk.
It was Kirk. Kirk and I shared a muff. It was awesome. And if I can't think of anybody I'd rather share a muff with, but we didn't have the real good,
Authentic.
super authentic. Okay, tell them,
It's
Tanya.
true.
Now I've run the joke as far as it goes, but tell them the truth.
No, it's from Central Grocery is where they have the like authentic.
Talk lower and talk slower, because I have to. Hang on, let me unzip this. Hang on. Okay, go ahead.
All right, there's a special bread.
Oh.
It's like this round with sesame seeds on top, and it's like
Oh, I think I
big.
just spilled
huge.
something.
And then there's all the meats. It's like salami and ham. Then
tubular
there's
meats. Tubular meats.
Tubular meats.
and it's thick meat too.
Thick.
It's good.
Like filthy.
Then they have the cheese. It's like I think it's like provolone, and then what makes it is the olive salad.
Oh,
Olives,
talk to me about that.
cauliflower, carrots.
Oh, I don't want to hear about cauliflower. Just talk about the olives.
No, but you don't even know the cauliflower
There's
is
no
in there. That's
cauliflower.
how
You don't
good
even
it
know
is.
it's there.
It is so good, and
I
it's
spilled
just
wine
like
everywhere when you start talking about
soaked in the
this.
oil. It's soaked in the oil.
Well, there's
Tell me-
got to be garlic too, isn't there?
Olive
Garlic?
oil. and
Oh
garlic.
yeah, for
Oh.
sure. Yeah.
Lisa,
It's
this
good.
is like
And then
the
it-
sausage roll of this is the sausage roll of New Orleans.
New
Like,
Orleans, yeah.
Yeah.
everybody loves the sausage roll, but this is better. Like, this is a very
It's salty,
unique. It's salty.
spicy.
You can't you're like, I'm gonna eat this till I throw up. Like, it's so like, I'm not gonna eat it till I'm done. I'm gonna eat till I'm sick. Like, it's
You can't even get your mouth around
No.
the whole muff.
you can't. The muff is too big for one
You can't,
mouth.
yeah, you can't fit the whole muff in your mouth.
That makes me reminds me when that picture I posted way back when we did the NSB retreat and TJ I brought muffaletta to Georgia, and that's the first time he had it, and it was like olive salad's like all over. I need to find that picture and share it again. That is,
Oh my gosh.
but that he had like the essence of muffaletta.
But
in
Yeah.
that
really,
picture.
yes, you're absolutely. No, if you don't have that, I just had an orgasm look on your face.
Right.
You have not had the real deal.
Yeah.
I'm not shitting
Right.
you. It's no joke. Like, it's like, this
It's
is the best
delish.
sandwich. This makes me regret VSG. This sandwich.
Yeah.
This sandwich makes me forget because I want to eat it till like want to puke. It's so good.
You know, if it's like
But that-
if I see it, when I see the muff, it just makes my mouth
Kurt was,
water.
I didn't even hear a
I
word. He was just-
couldn't wait to dive into that muff.
He had my second rate muff from the World War II Museum, and he didn't complain.
Yeah.
That's how good muff is.
Yeah.
Right.
It was even
It's like
it was
even
like
when
stale
it's bad,
muff.
it's still pretty good.
Yeah, it was stale muff. And
Stale muff. He had
Stale
stale
muff.
muff. It was-
Reheated muff.
I don't think he even heated it. I think he took it out of the fridge and he just went
I
down on
did.
it. Totally.
Yeah.
He went down on it.
Yeah.
See, I used it.
No questions. No questions asked. It just feels like here.
Oh, I have a quote for another Jim. This just in from Jim. You're fucked, Phil. Well, I wish. I
Oh.
think hotel is booked. Looks like you're rooming with
Uh-oh.
Kirk. Oh, like that's a bad thing? You say that like it's a bad thing. I would room with Kirk in a
I'm
second.
like the best roommate ever. I'm so courteous and I keep things clean. I don't.
And I do too. Kirk and I got the Tanya like type A mentality, so I will keep things tidy and like I'm the guy.
Right.
I'm the guest who takes the sheets off the bed, folds them up neatly, takes them down and puts them in the washer. Tanya will confirm this. What would you like me to do
Yes.
with the sheet? What can I do with the pillowcases? Would you like me to change them? Would you like? And like, I can't. I'm that guy. So I will
Type
tell
A.
that to the hotel staff. Yeah.
That's funny.
Let's see, what else we got? He said the Embassy Suite still has rooms for anybody who's looking. I think they're only 1 mile from the event. I'm not going to go into my specific thoughts on this, but I'm tempted to stay more downtown.
Yeah.
And then Uber or cab over to the event. Because I'm not going for the event, I'm going for the people. But I also want to see the place, like the actual downtown. Like, and if
I
I have a
definitely
base
plan on being
operation
downtown
downtown,
at
we
least
could crash
once.
at my place. Like, I don't care. We can all dog pile in there. And then, and just enjoy downtown and then go back to the event. So we can kind of like musical rooms, if you will. So
Yeah.
we'll see. I mean, we'll talk offline, but
I'm like of the mindset for that. What I like about having a room at the host hotel is because you don't have to carry your stuff around with you all day or find some place to
Right.
put it or leave it in somebody's room and then coordinate with them. Okay, it's time for me to get that and take it where I'm going someplace else.
Right.
It's like you can kind of just casually stroll up and down to your room, drop stuff off, come back in, go to a session, go back to your room for whatever reason. It just, I don't know. It just, for me, during the actual event time, it's worth it. Now, maybe like on the last night, so I don't think I fly home until Monday. Maybe like on the Sunday night after the event's over, I might want to stay closer to downtown or whatever. I don't know.
If Kirk, if this works out, we'll figure it out. And again, I want to talk to you guys about this a little bit offline.
Yeah.
Not that it's secret, but I want to run some ideas by you. But if I have a place downtown, for say, there's no reason you can't switch over to that hotel, stay with me, and we can go out, have a great night on the town, and then crash out, and then go home at a reasonable hour the next day when we're semi-recovered from that.
Yeah, because my flight, I booked it well, what's nice is the nonstop between Nashville and Seattle is like at 4 o'clock in the afternoon, which is perfect.
Oh, nice.
Let's talk about that for a second. So let's go back to Tarantino it back. Let's Tarantino it back and to New Orleans. So we all flew out pretty late. Oh, I flew out late in the day on, was it Sunday or Monday? Sunday.
Sunday, yeah.
Unfortunately, when we got to the, and I feel very bad about this, but when we got to the airport, we had a hard time getting out of downtown because it was some fucked up traffic situation. But Tanya got me to the airport in plenty of time, but I didn't have a lot of time to say goodbye. I felt really bad about that because I kind of grabbed my shit and ran because I'm a goddamn security, like, A-type nightmare. Like, I got to get through security. But that worked out so well because I was all recovered from being hungover, and, it's just a smarter move, man.
Afternoons are way better.
Yeah, it was so much better. So I think that's a smart move.
Short goodbyes are better. Like I'm
way better.
I'm not as bad as Kirk with goodbyes, but I'm not great with goodbyes.
I jumped out of the car kind of quick on Kirk's behalf because I knew, I'm going to be honest, because Kirk was there and I know Kirk doesn't do goodbyes well, and there was a moving truck in the fucking drop-off zone.
Yeah.
So
that's funny.
I just jumped out and grabbed my shit, but the thought in the back of my mind was I don't want Kirk to feel trapped in this seat having to say goodbye. I'm going to make it quick for him because he can't get away. Like, I really did think that. I'm like, all right, I love you guys. I will see you soon. Thank you so much. Bye. I grabbed my shit and went. So,
well, like the next day, like with me and Tanya, I had to pretend like I really wasn't leaving. So we were doing stuff like the swamp tour, and we were like having mimosas with lunch and whatever.
That was the best. It was so relaxing. We were basically the only people in that restaurant,
yeah.
Oh, we just had the most relaxing.
How many times did I close the check and then was like,
one little
more sippy?
We got plenty of time. One more.
Yeah. Like, how does dessert sound? Okay, one of everything.
Yeah, we'll have another dessert.
Try one bite of everything.
we had brunch, lunch, and dinner all
like
in
all
one
the
go.
thing. Yeah. That's fine.
That was fun. That was a good goodbye, and that was a good goodbye, right? Like,
eased right into it. Yeah, it was like, because I think you had to go work out, so it was just, it all seemed very normal. It was like, oh, okay, drop me off before your workout. See you later.
Right, it'll be fine.
It'll be fine. Whatever. Yeah. No, that was good. But yeah, no, so my flight on for Nashville on Monday is like at 4, which is perfect for me because like if I stay at a hotel, I can do like a late checkout, like 1 o'clock.
Right.
And then that's the perfect time to leave for the airport, so you're there early enough where you're not
rushed. It's a Monday, so nobody's flying, so not home. They're coming in the morning, so. Yeah.
And that airport's really small. It's not like a big hub or anything, so it's easy to get in and out of.
And we have a native there, which is having a native there. It's like if you guys were to come here, it'd be like, oh well, not that anything happens here, but like, oh hey, we're going to Colorado Springs. Phil's got it all figured out. He knows when the flights are good and all that. Like we know when things are good because we have a native there. So yeah.
Exactly. Yep.
But I'm looking forward to WLSFA. I'm like.
Well, we didn't talk about we're all going to be on panels too, so we all have.
I can't understand. Like I'm on a panel and I still haven't booked. I feel like kind of dirty. Like I really need to get that shit figured out.
You're committed. You're all in. You have to.
I don't even know what I'm doing. I gotta probably get a suit or something.
No, you don't. Which panel are you on, Phil? I don't remember.
The YouTube. So I think it's Tanya helped me out here. It's
it's YouTubers on
the benefit of YouTube.
Well, it's actually. Well, there's 2 panels.
Yeah.
of it because there's one for like newer YouTubers and there's one for like a senior veteran YouTubers. So I haven't gotten the schedule yet, but they had so many people that they split it into 2 separate panels.
Really? I did not know that.
Yeah, and then I'm on another panel for tackling regain. How do you tackle regain?
I'm on another panel for not giving a shit. So that'll be at the pool, and that'll be just because somebody I know is staying there. That's pretty much it.
Yeah, I haven't looked at the hotel website yet to see what does the pool area look like. Is it indoors or outdoors or?
It's shirtless. I'm telling you that much. That's all I know.
Shirtless, yeah.
It's for girls. Be prepared. It's shirtless. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah, are you gonna
I'm going shirtless. Kirk's going shirtless, ladies.
Yeah, but are you gonna do your usual clipping to where you feel like you're freaking sandpaper?
So I will use my back buddy for sure, but I will keep the front a little bit there for you, Kirk. Just a little bit.
Well, no, just so you're not itchy whenever.
No, I won't be itchy on the front, but the back will be very itchy.
Okay.
My back buddy will be at play. I can't handle that, but I'll keep the front reasonable. unless
you know what worked out?
Here's the thing.
In New Orleans, having Tanya as a buffer because she's nice and soft. So.
That is always a good point. Because
and my chest hair is always groomed.
She has her own hairy man, so she doesn't need me. So I can clip her a little bit, but I know Corey and Kirk get a little upset when I turn into Cactus Phil. That's all I'm saying.
It's just so itchy. I don't want you chafing any of the young ladies.
Chafing? Well, let's hope. And look, I'm going to put something out there in the universe. Let's hope that I'm I almost said a bad word. Let's hope that I'm otherwise dispositioned to bring a guest. Let's put it that way.
Oh.
That's a ways off. It could happen.
You never know. But I don't know if I would.
Here's the thing. I feel... that's an offline topic. Never mind.
Another topic.
Talk about that offline. Yeah, we'll talk about that offline.
So the Haneys are going to be there, right? So those will be people we haven't.
They better be, because now apparently Jim's blowing me. So I mean, sorry, Jim.
So are there other new people that we haven't met yet that we interact with?
I'm really holding out hope. It's a long shot, but I hope that Erica and our good friend, our King of Kings, Walter,
yeah,
shows up. I really want them there so bad. I'm almost willing to pay for it.
I think he said that it's not in the cards for them. I think in his last video he said it's not. I mean, I would love it. I've met Walter before. He's awesome. I haven't met Erica, but
Walter is my boy. We haven't met yet. I got it. That, or I'm gonna have to go to New York, which he's fucking me there because I swore I never would. But I gotta go.
I love New York.
Dude, I just could. I God bless him. I could not be a city guy. I just could. I couldn't be a New York guy. I could not be a New York guy. Let's put it that way.
No. Okay. Well, Phil, that's where we differ. When I went there, it was like, oh, I love New York. I love New York.
You can live in that city all day long with.
Yeah.
Yes. I couldn't do it.
Yes. Oh yes. I loved it. Loved it.
There's some irony, if you know our country's history. There's some irony with the fact that I can't live in New York, and yet New York was such a pivotal part of the formation of this country.
Mm-hmm. I love it.
I don't know.
It wasn't what I expected, but I loved it. Yeah.
Okay, I will leave it up to Kirk then.
So I don't think they're going to be there.
No, we have to get them there. How do we? Let's get a
hashtag
save Walter. Hashtag save Phil. We'll do those two hashtags. I think it'll be Erica. Okay, hashtag save Erica. We have to have all three. They have to go. They have to.
Kirk, I was supposed to tell you that Andrea loves your puffy vest. She's watching.
Oh, I love her.
She told me to tell you that.
I love her puffy hair.
I thought Tanya was going to pull her shirt up right there. What that was scary.
I was just fixing the waistband of my pants.
You're like, woo!
I wonder if
Tanya's gone to her head. Watch out.
I wonder if Andrea misses me.
She
Yeah, but
does.
her aim is getting better all the time, Kirk.
Andrea wants to have a pool party during the summer.
Oh, I know.
Heard
Wouldn't
this.
that be fabulous? Like a Real Housewives of New Orleans pool party?
All right.
Just saying.
I can't wait till it warms up a little bit.
Me too. Look, I'm done with winter. Like, I gotta go skiing this Saturday, and I'm going for my daughter's sake because I'd much rather be doing anything else this weekend. I'm done with winter. I'm done with cold.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, you know what we didn't talk about? This Sunday is my half marathon. I'm doing so.
What if
If
there's
I
a
Who's
don't,
chasing you?
tornado?
Who's
Yeah,
chasing you?
A tornado.
Yeah, who's chasing you?
no, tornadoes are gone. The tornadoes were bad. They were really bad this week. Like bad. Like they wiped out.
TJ was telling
Like
me. Yeah.
yeah, it was bad. But
So
we
bad
were
you had to
home
like
safe.
rush. You had to rush to Starbucks in the middle of it all.
Well, I
I'm
went
out
got
of
the
power.
kids.
We have no coffee. I gotta go to Starbucks.
My work shut down. I checked the kids out of school. We were home, and then like after I got home, everything settled down. I'm like, there's like a whole lot of nothing. And John worked the full day. He came home and he said, "I want to go get a Starbucks." And I'm like, "Okay, all right, well let's go." The whole family's going to get Starbucks. But
That
no,
sounds
no
great,
one's.
John, too. Like, I love that guy. He's great.
He's so
I
chill.
want to
He's
get
like,
a Starbucks. Let's go get a Starbucks. I need one.
he loves his Starbucks.
Come on, let's go.
All
I'm gonna
right, the
go
whole
to
family-
Starbucks and I'm gonna play guitar, and that's it.
Guitar.
Man, I love that about him. That's my I love John. That's pretty much my little.
I do too.
I do too.
So
I'll fight you
weird.
for him.
E3. So weird.
Well, Kirk will fight you for him too, apparently.
All right. So your half marathon. Your half marathon.
Yes, I'm doing it Sunday morning. It's a rock and roll marathon. Well, it's a 10K, a half marathon, and a marathon. I'm doing the half marathon, and I'm doing it quasi by myself. There's the whole, I don't know if y'all are familiar with, well, yeah, y'all know the Back to Basics group. You know, we used to do the vlogs and all. Well, there's a Facebook group, and there's a bunch of girls that are on. They actually came in town today, and they're going to be doing it Sunday too. But I'm kind of doing this on my own. I'll be by myself. John's just dropping me off, and he'll pick me up after. It's like over 20,000 people, and so my goal is to finish it in less than 3 hours. If I don't finish it in less than 3 hours, then I'm making myself do another one before the end of the year because I like to punish myself because that's the fill in me.
It's a little bit of filling. A little bit of filling you? I'm sorry, John. I didn't mean for that to happen. I was asleep alone upstairs. I swear. So
I'm actually signing up for another one that's in December just for the fun of it. But
God damn, there's no fun in it. What the fuck are you talking about? For the torture in it. That's what it is.
But you feel so good when it's over with.
Yeah, but you know what? Jake Brownfield talked me into a Spartan race in August, and I'm already regretting that. Already, I'm like, fuck.
Well, he asked me if I wanted to do it, and I said, look, I live below sea level. I don't even know if I can breathe in your part of the country. So
I'm worried about you, actually. It's
right?
really good up here.
He was like, "Oh, you just need to get one of those oxygen masks, or what do you call altitude mask or something."
It
And I'm
won't
like,
make any difference.
"That's what I thought." I'm like, I don't even know if I could. What is it, like 9 or 10 miles or something? I don't even know if I could do that.
No, we're not doing
altitude.
that one. We're doing like the 5K, I think. We better not.
Oh, really?
He'll be the only one not coming back. If that's the
Oh well,
case.
maybe I need to go. I need to go back to him and ask him for more details because I thought it was like one of those long things.
If you're
like
gonna do it though, you
20
better come up
obstacles.
here a couple days early. Just
Yeah.
come stay with me, and because I'm higher than Denver,
Yeah.
you'll acclimate whether you want to or not. You know, you'll
Well, that's what John told me. If we do anything, we'd have to go and be there a few days ahead of time
ahead
to
of time. Yeah.
get used to it. Yeah.
Kirk, a question came in specifically for you.
Oh shit.
When is he coming to do his Priscilla Queen of the Desert with me?
Oh. See, I would do that before I would have plastics. Like to me, that would be money better spent than having plastics.
See, that does not answer the question, but that is a very sweet sentiment.
No, yeah. Like, oh.
When?
That's like a bucket list thing. I don't know.
Come on, we got put a date around it.
That's not
bracket.
something that that's like one trip that I'm just not gonna do on my own while
No,
Eric's
I
back
agree.
there slaving away. So it would probably be a
Right.
time when he can do it where there might be a very small window or margin between school and residency, maybe. I mean, right now I'm really campaigning or like planting the seed with him to try to get him to do a New Orleans trip. And
New Orleans first, Priscilla Queen of the Desert second.
yeah, and so just getting him to even like be okay with going on a weekend or a holiday
Versus
weekend.
$3,000. That's a big
Yeah,
difference.
Yeah. So I don't know, but I don't know that like that's like since it's a bucket list thing, I would feel better about doing it during a time when he can do it too.
Yeah.
So I don't know.
Right. Well,
we'll
that
see.
secret question asker has her answer.
Well, it's definitely going to happen. It's just a matter of when that can work out. Yeah, because it's definitely something I want to do. Like for me, it is a bucket list thing. So definitely.
Yeah, I can't recommend Australia enough if you're American, just for the pure. Well, I have many reasons, just because I know their history, but just for the pure, like, that trip exposes you to like a totally different. It's like a place that's very familiar, like has a lot of the same things, but just enough stuff that's different. Where you're like, I'm in another place. Like oh, I can relate to this society, and I can relate to these people, but it's so different than where I'm from. Like, you know, it's very cool. It's very, very cool.
Yeah, and
I always say. Go ahead, Kirk.
I was just gonna say my brother had lived in Guam for a while, and like the closest place for them to visit or vacation was Australia, and I was just jealous. So many of my favorite movies have been filmed there or from there, so it's just
Muriel's Wedding.
Muriel's Wedding, Priscilla Queen of the Desert. Gosh, there's like Strictly Ballroom. I mean, just so many of my favorites are like from there, and like and the people clearly I just love. So
yeah,
two of my most favoriteest people I've met are from there. So
I would agree with that. That's pretty. Yeah.
Why wouldn't I love it?
At least two, maybe five. So I mean.
Well, I always say that if you fell asleep and you woke up there, when you look around, you think you're in the States. Like, it's very familiar. Until somebody talks, you think you are in.
Or you get in a car. That scares the fuck out
of you. Yeah. The whole roundabout thing, that freaked me out.
Well, I mean, it happened the reverse. So when Mel was here for Tampa trip number 1, I was driving back from Disney World. And everybody else was in the back. She was in the front, and she fell asleep. She fell asleep in what we call the passenger seat, but to her, that's the driver's seat. So when she came to, going the wrong way, on the wrong side of the freeway, in the driver's seat with no steering wheel, she had an interesting reaction. I'm just saying.
That's funny.
That'll take your breath away.
That'll make the fuck up.
But back to the NOLA trip. So. One of the one of the things that Eric was like, he's like, well, I would consider it. He's like, but I don't want to be just on St. Anne the entire day or all the entire time we're there. So if we get a chance to do this, he wants to experience, like, remember the stuff we were talking about, Tanya, about like, you know, just not necessarily, you know, every single day on Bourbon Street, you know.
Doing a swamp or doing like a plantation home tour. Look, there's a plantation, Oak Alley, that is like my absolute favorite plantation, and they have like a little like bar thing, and you can sit outside like a patio and have mimosas and mint juleps and whatever, you know, Bloody Marys, and you sit out there and talk. And when TJ and Jenny came, I think it was when he came for his birthday a couple of years ago. We did that one afternoon, and I think that was like the most enjoyable thing from the trip, was just sitting out there and relaxing, and the weather was pretty, and I think he would really like that.
Yeah, I think so too. So I'm working on it.
Exciting.
So when we were down there, let's bring that back up. So when we were down there, we went to at least one quote-unquote gay bar that I can think of, and it was very, very awesome. It was a cool place, had cool music, guys were respectful, everybody was happy. It wasn't like anything anybody should be like concerned about if you're a straight dude, like hanging out with your gay friends. It was very cool, everybody was fun. And then we almost got killed at another place, which Joey took us to. That was awesome.
That was weird.
That was a little bit crazy.
Yeah, that was just odd. Like,
Was I
That was
there?
very late, very
yeah.
drunk.
Oh, yeah,
Remember when we met that
yeah.
not
Elsa,
Frozen, not
That
Elsa, not Elsa. It was not Elsa.
not Elsa.
Be respectful because
no.
we get jacked here.
Well, here, just to give people perspective. Okay, so the place that Phil originally described, very mainstream, clubby dance. It's
Yeah, it was very cool.
most of the women there are straight women. I mean, it was the only thing that really made it a gay bar was probably the go-go dancers on the dancing on the bar. But
Yeah.
but like the places like where Eric and I go normally, it wouldn't be like that. It's very different and not in a bad way. It's just that you wouldn't see a
No.
lot of women in the bar. It would be mostly guys that look like regular
Dudes.
guys, truck driver, a lot of flannel, a lot of plaid.
Well, a lot of guys that walked in there were like that. Like, I mean, I remember
Yeah.
watching guys come in going, wow, I would not know that guy was gay, but cool.
Well, and he may
like,
not have been. They might have been just like you and John, and like we
well,
would all.
that's true,
Right.
too. Good point. Yeah.
Or they would have looked at me, you, and John, and just assumed we were all looking for the bear bar. They're like, oh, they wandered into the twink bar. Where's the bears at?
Whoops.
But that other place, that was not even. That's
Off the.
That's not even a gay bar. That's like where like
That's a
felons
dive
go
bar.
hook up with pre-op. Um,
This is serious shit. This is what Kirk's trying to say.
Yeah, those were working
Yeah.
girls. Those weren't even like those were girls who probably make their living off of being taken care of by down low felons. That was a scary place.
That
Yeah.
was a little bit much. Yeah, it was
Yeah.
that I remember thinking.
I didn't even go in. It was that bad to where I didn't even walk in the door, and I will go in usually anywhere.
I totally was like, oh, Joey has a friend in here. Let me go in and say hello. I don't want to be that fucking retard. I'll be nice. Hey, look, I want to show my respect.
Follow my lead next time.
Yeah, next time I will be on Kirk's side like glue, like this.
Because then there I was standing outside alone in this like shady ass intersection, and I'm like,
So true.
yeah, and of course, you guys at that point like there were no filters, and it's like, whoa,
Yes, I remember my mouth was.
this place is like that, and I'm like, these people will cut you. This is
Yeah, I
not
should shut the
like
fuck up.
we're on their home turf right now, and don't say anything about their. This is. No,
Yeah,
no. This is like walking into like
Mm-hmm.
South Central or something and bashing gang members. Like, no. Just do. Sorry, we're lost tourists. See you later. Yeah.
They're my stupid straight friends. Let me get them the hell out of here.
Oh, lordy. That's at one point we probably should have taken Joey to get fried mushrooms just so we weren't there.
Just so he wasn't there.
Right.
Yeah. The fried mushroom place might have, it might have had rats running through it, but at least it would have not been.
We would not be almost dead.
Yeah. But he gave us a story, so I'm glad.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's a good story. Yeah.
That's right. It was still fun. Yep.
Yeah, and then like the other fun part of that night was Joey finding that not landmark, but the memorial plaque on the sidewalk. That was really cool. I mean, you could tell that meant a lot to him. And like, of course, if you were just walking by the place and saw the plaque, you wouldn't even know. Like
the bar where we had all those goddamn those fireball shots.
The fireball
where you guys
shots.
had the
Yeah.
fireball
And I
shot.
had to have somebody
I have a
else's
bunch-
shot.
You had
'cause I didn't
mine.
pick it.
You had mine because I wouldn't drink it.
Oh.
Yeah, so Joey found like the one site in the U.S. where there was like the largest number of gay people ever killed in one night because somebody had set the bar on fire.
Set the bar fire. Yeah.
Yeah, and it
I'm
was
a
just
fun-
like really tragic and like so bad to where like there was so much stigma attached to it back then that family members refused to identify or pick up the bodies because they were so ashamed and so embarrassed because the names were published in the newspaper. So there's a plaque on the ground, like there's like a bronze thing in the sidewalk, kind of in front of the place where this happened. But if you look at this building, it's pretty nondescript. There's
It's It's just
Yeah,
like a hole in
and-
the wall.
yeah, and people are walking right by or walking on the memorial. And I remember at one point I'm like, oh my gosh, you guys don't walk on that. And somebody was like, well, if they didn't mean for it to be walked on, it wouldn't be on the sidewalk. Well, I guess that's a true statement. But it was like But it was a big. I mean, Joey really wanted to see that like all
That's
day, so that was kind of fun.
that's the place there, Jamani.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah,
That's it. And wait,
yeah.
that's the plaque on the ground. If
Oh
you can
wow,
see.
you found stuff really fast.
Yeah, I'm gonna click on you,
I'm
Tanya. There you go.
good.
No, put it back. Put it
Oh
back. Put
wait,
it back. Yeah.
that's the
Down a little bit.
Joey's.
There you go. Hold still. Real still. There you go.
Okay.
There's a plaque down there, guys. Yep.
Yep. That's the place.
So that was and that was meaningful. I mean, to go in there and
Yeah.
have shots, like, oh, respect. We'll have some shots in honor of everybody, and but I didn't expect shots. Thanks, Kirk.
And Joey was like, chip some wood off the wall. Here, take
Right.
the key. Chip some wood. I'm like, oh no, we're not gonna.
No.
Like, no. It was so cute. Loved it. That was such a
Joey's so funny.
fun night.
It was a fun night.
Yeah, no, I was glad to see you guys. It was good, and Joey and Sonny too. And even that coming out of the World War II museum, we took that picture, all of us, like the band
Our
cover
back
album.
album cover. Yeah, our back
That
album.
looks so good. Kirk totally got
Wait,
that.
I can find that one too. Y'all keep talking.
Yeah, but you guys were so freaking solemn after that museum tour. You picked me up, and I was like,
Jesus Christ! You talked about how many people died in that poor war. I mean,
I'm like, what is going on here? Did
Oh,
you guys
so
just
down.
come out of like a memorial? Yeah. Oh.
And we just got sunk by a German U-boat, I believe. Was that? No, not by U-boat. We got sunk by, I think, a Japanese destroyer in that simulator. So we were a little dead. So
Yeah, you were a little
Right.
dead. But it's such a contrast to the year before. Remember when we all got off the plane more or less at the same time in different flights, and like we were already like
freaking yeah.
in the airport bar.
Y'all were drinking Long Island iced teas.
Oh
I was
my
having to stay
God.
sober because I was driving.
That's
Yeah.
right. Oh my God.
That was funny. But yeah, no, that was a good trip. I want Eric to experience. I want him to see like the Garden District. I want to go on a cemetery tour.
Oh yeah.
I want to do like the haunted history tour, like at night. I want to do like the plantation thing, like or the swamp tour, like we
Yes.
did. But it would be fun. Like I was thinking, and I think I mentioned this to you. Like when people go to Hawaii, they go to a luau. Like I want to go to Louisiana and go to like a Cajun cookout thing, whatever they're called, hoedowns. I don't know, what do they call
Right,
them?
like so the place that we went to where we did the swamp tour, there's a really famous restaurant that's right next door to it. Not the one that we went to, but another one, and they'll have like a fado do, like it's a big Cajun kind of party. So
Do
that's
they
why I
play
said
the
we could.
washboard thing like?
Yeah, they do all that. Yeah, all the Cajun
Yeah.
dancing and everything. So we could do like a swamp tour and then finish the afternoon there, and they'll have music all through the night, and then we can take cabs or a bus or whatever back home. So I think
that
that's
would-
what we need to do next time.
And how far is the Tabasco plantation from where you are? It's pretty
About-
far, huh?
Yeah, it's like 2.5 hour drive.
Ooh,
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a little
Avery
far.
Island. Yeah.
That's a little far just for Tabasco, but I remember doing that, and it was a very interesting tour.
Yeah. I've never done it before, so I want to do that. The Avery Island. Yeah. I'm
And then,
still
of course,
looking for
we could always take a cruise out of New Orleans.
Right. Well, that's why I was hoping WLSFA would be here this year so that we could do a cruise out of New Orleans afterwards. But they did Nashville, so no cruising out of Nashville. So
No,
maybe
yeah.
next year.
Well, is there a river nearby? Is the Mississippi River nearby? Because I remember my dad, when he went with me, took a tour bus to like a riverboat casino somewhere.
Well, St. Louis,
Maybe.
because we have little cruises that go from New Orleans up to St. Louis and
Okay.
back down. Yeah. I don't know. I'm not good with geography. Don't put me on the spot.
Okay, you're
Oh,
probably
I
better
can't-
than 90% of the rest of the country, so let's leave it at that.
That's true. That's true. Yeah.
By
But
design.
when I went to Nashville last time, it was for a human resources convention, so there wasn't a lot of like extra time. And we were staying at the Gaylord, so it was, that place is so all-encompassing. It like has everything you kind of need it, and if it's not there,
Yeah.
the super mall next door is like everything. So
They
we
have
went-
so many like restaurants and oh my god, that because we went there at New Year's and oh my god, that place is huge.
We went to Nashville, like where the honky tonk bars are. Or what's the big famous bar down there? Like where they have live music, like on a big stage. It's a
Oh, the Grand Ole Opry,
no, the one that's downtown, like in
the Ryman, the Ryman.
No, that doesn't
That's
sound
the old-
familiar.
That's the old Grand Ole Opry. But then, I mean, they have the strip that has, like, it's just bar, bar, bar,
Yeah, that's
bar,
where
and
we
it's all
were.
live music. Yeah. Well,
But
we're definitely going to do that for WLSFA.
okay, yeah, that'll be fun. I wonder if I should get cowboy boots.
I don't know if we have to go that far.
I have cowboy boots.
Yeah, I see. I don't have any of that stuff. I haven't even thought about it yet, but I'll think about it. Because like, aren't there costumes or theme nights at this thing?
Can
Like
I just
usually
say,
there.
this is going to sound bad, but I hate theme nights. I really do. I think it puts too much pressure on people to look a certain way. I wish they wouldn't do theme nights so you can just do your thing. And like
Well,
if they
isn't
have a
it
dressy night and, but
usually like one of the themes is always just like bling, like bling. That could be
right.
anything.
Right. Saturday night's a bling night. I don't know what the
I
I
think
don't know what the theme is for Friday.
it might be a country western thing. If you've got the cowboy boots and a plaid shirt, you're good to go.
Yeah, I'm set. Yeah, I have all that. I'm
You can
good.
get some Daisy Dukes. You can cut off some jeans. Phil, you got to get some Daisy
I'll
Dukes.
do that. I'm gonna cut them off right when I top my butt cheeks.
Your
No,
you can cut off some of
nobody
your
wants
mom jeans.
Nobody wants to see the saggy butt cheeks.
nobody wants to see my inner thighs. No.
Or
No,
mine,
no.
for that matter.
Ah, no, it's not good. I was just thinking last night I had old like hip hop playing when I was getting ready for bed and the Tootsie Roll came on and I said, "Oh, I told John." I said, "Oh, the kids want me to teach them the Tootsie Roll," and I was just in my underwear and I was like, "Oh, this is how you do the Tootsie Roll," and then I caught a glimpse of myself in the mirror and I was like, "Oh,
Oh,
You're
maybe
like,
not.
whoa.
ugh, I won't be doing that ever again without pants on." No. That was not good.
Oh, that
I was
reminds
trying
me
to find
of.
it on the Nashville site, but I don't see I don't see what the
No
nights
themes.
are.
No themes.
Okay.
I have no idea. Somebody asked me that earlier this weekend. I don't know.
Yeah, I'm good right now thinking about a week in advance right now.
Yeah,
That's about where I'm at, Kirk. And I'm really just like, that's about it.
and I'm usually better. Because Kirk, I even told you I need to be your secretary, so I can keep
Yeah.
your schedule for you.
Yes.
And I'm out of sorts lately, so
That's okay. You're allowed. Luckily, I don't have a lot going on, so you have some time to sort of get
to
get
get my
back
shit
on top
together.
on things. Yeah. Are you guys big Academy Award people, or do you watch that, or is it a big deal for you? 'Cause
Not
I'm
really.
gonna totally
No.
miss it this year. Oh, I love it. It's like gay Super Bowl.
I've heard this before, actually.
Yeah, no, I'm like really
I mean,
disappointed.
Leo's got to win at this point. He just needs one.
I don't know much about the movies that are being nominated this year because like I don't see as many movies as I used to. But the one movie that I want to see, and it's not available yet for rental. It's available for purchase, and I just don't like it enough to want to spend $15 or $16 on a digital download. Is The Danish Girl? That's the one movie that I want to see.
I'm so out of the loop. I have no clue.
Yeah, it looks
Well, to
really
all of
good.
our Aussie friends, if you can hook Kirk up with that, I know you guys are a bunch of pirates. You might as well have eye patches, all of you.
No, see, like I'm really bad. Like I am one of those people that I am like I don't do anything digitally. I just pay for stuff and
So my thing
Yeah.
is, if it airs on regular TV, I will totally, gladly stream
oh yeah, regular TV.
episodes.
Yeah,
Like, that's
yeah.
fine. I really have a hard time clicking on those movies, though. I really do. I'm like, shit, I can get this through Netflix if I just wait a couple weeks.
Yeah.
Like, I can get a
Mhm.
DVD sent to me.
Well, and you produce movies, so you know. I mean that would be bad karma.
Yeah, exactly. It doesn't help because I'm like thinking how much work went into like
Hmm.
my buddy just did his own film, and like I disagree with the edit he did, but not he, but his producer did, or editor rather. But all in all, I'd be like, wow, that took a lot of work for him to shoot all that, and like all those people donated their
Yeah.
time, and nobody got paid. Like, but he still came out of pocket on that. Like,
Yeah.
just paid a couple bucks to download it, watch it.
Right.
So,
Oh, that reminds me. So, a friend of mine just wrote a book that was published, and it's like a kind of ghost story, but it's geared towards like preteens, and so it's kind of that genre, like that age group or whatever. Um, but some of it's based on like real historic facts, I guess, for some place. Anyways, I got 3 copies of it, and I'm going to send them to her. She's going to autograph them. But I was going to send one for your kids, Tanya, because I know that especially William really likes to read. But I think Victoria could
Yes.
read it too because it's geared towards their age group. But I thought they might like and it's autographed by the author, so it'll.
Nice. Oh, William will love that.
And it's like the first in a series of 3. So if they really like the first one, then I'll get them the second and third.
All right. Oh yeah.
Yeah, but I'm like, oh, who do I know that has kids that age? I'm like, oh my God, Tanya's kids love to read, so they might be really into it. So I am looking forward to reading it myself, just because I love this person who wrote it. So
nice, cool, thank you.
Just to tag back up on something I just said, so in defense of our Aussie friends, on the pirating thing, I made my comments as an American. I understand as an Aussie, you guys get screwed. Like on distribution rights and stuff, pirate away. Like feel free. Like I totally promote it for you guys. Here it's like it's a little more of a moral struggle. It's like I could get this if I paid for it. Not like I can't even get this if I want to pay for it. That's Australia. So you guys go right ahead. Sorry, didn't mean to. I just thought I better clarify that because I don't want to get lynched. So.
Yeah, it would be a different thing if I didn't have access to it. And then
right. So. All right, guys. Well,
so we have hit all that. We've hit all the questions. Do you think?
I'm looking. I don't see anything.
I was just gonna ask you guys. I mean, it's almost been 2 hours.
Cool.
So yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, and plus, I'm sure we have at least another 20 minutes between the 3 of us. So.
Right. Yes.
That's the part you guys don't know. So.
Yeah.
All right, guys. So thanks for joining us again for another month of fun and laughs, and I appreciate you guys tuning in for the last one, especially since we knew that was going to go to shit show pretty quick. So thanks for tuning in.
It was entertaining.
It was entertaining. It wasn't, TG and I knew up front when to bail out. So when he gave me the signal, we pretty much ended it. So, but yeah, so we'll catch you guys next month for sure. And maybe twice, who knows? Keep on keeping on. If you're in maintenance, it's not an easy game. It's just as hard as the losing phase. And don't let yourself backslide in all your hard-earned work. But until next time, remember, don't define your world in black and white because there's so much hiding amongst the gray.